So today I'm gonna explain carbohydrate. Well, what is carbohydrate? Carbohydrate are compound which chlorophyll containing cell produce during photosynthesis. Carbohydrate mainly contains carbon and hydrate. So the general formula for carbohydrate is CnH2O whole N with this is a simple carbohydrates formula. The complex formula for carbohydrate is C6H10O5 whole N. The proximate principle of food that is made up of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, where the ratio of hydrogen to oxygen is 2:1, is also called carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are soluble in water and also sweet in taste. The building block of carbohydrate are simple sugar called monosaccharides. The carbohydrates are mainly present in rice, potato, bread, etc. In biology, we refer carbohydrate by sugar units or saccharides. The saccharides are basically hexagon in shape, so the bond form is also hexagonal. The function of carbohydrate in cells are major source of energy for cell, provides energy in form of glucose, reserve or stored energy in form of glycogen. Now, carbohydrates are divided into three parts, that is monosaccharides, oligosaccharides and polysaccharides. Oligosaccharides are further divided into disaccharides, trisaccharides and tetrasaccharides. Now let us learn about these in details. Well, monosaccharides. Monosaccharides are simple sugar which possess an aldehyde or ketone group or two or more hydroxyl group. It is also called simple sugar, which cannot be broken down further into small units. It mainly composes of 3 to 7 carbon bonds. Now let us learn about the property of monosaccharide. Monosaccharides are crystalline, soluble in water, sweet in taste. Monosaccharides can also be divided into two, that is first on the basis of carbon atoms and secondly on the basis of functional group. According to carbon atom, it is divided into triose, tetrose, pentose and hexose. Mainly we need to learn about glucose and fructose under hexose. And on the basis of functional group, it is divided into aldose and ketose. Aldose, monosaccharides with aldehyde groups. Ketose, reducing group is ketose. Now let us learn about glucose in details. Glucose, it is a colorless crystalline solid, soluble in water, sweet in taste. The structure of glucose are as follows. Glucose exists as alpha and beta form. Now what is alpha and beta form? If one carbon having hydroxyl group is downward, then it is alpha glucose bond. It is mainly found in cellulose. The structure is given. And if one carbon having hydroxyl group is upward, then it is beta glucose bond, which is found in glycogen and starch. The structure are as follows. Now, what is fructose? Fructose is the sweetest naturally occurring sugar which exists in two cyclic form. The structure of fructose are also as follows. Now, let us learn about glycosidic bond. Now, what is glycosidic bond? The bond which helps to join two monosaccharide is a glycosidic bond. The substance which contain glycosidic bond is glycosides. Here we have one glycosidic bond, that is alpha 1,4 glycosidic bond. Now why is it named so? It is named so because firstly alpha, because the aldehyde group is downwards and the first carbon atom and the fourth carbon atom combines each with each other to give OH and H bond, which further forms water, which leads to condensation reaction. This is also called polymerism. Now the main and important part over here is reducing sugar and non-reducing sugar. Reducing sugar. The sugar which can reduce cuprous ion is reducing sugar. The sugar which cannot reduce cuprous ion is non-reducing sugar. Copper forms valency of 2 and copper doesn't form valency of 2 in non-reducing sugar. Now we have another form of carbohydrate, that is oligosaccharide. When two or more monosaccharides are combined by glycosidic bond, then it is oligosaccharides. Oligosaccharides are further divided into disaccharides. Now what is disaccharides? It is formed by two saccharide units. Example, lactose. And lactose contains glucose and galactose. Now let us learn about the property of disaccharides. It mainly possesses few characteristics like monosaccharides too. Firstly, it is crystalline, soluble in water, sweet in taste, and can be broken down. Now, polysaccharide. Polysaccharide is formed by number of monosaccharides unit even more than 1000. Polysaccharides are further divided into homosaccharides and heterosaccharides. Now, what is homosaccharides and heterosaccharides? If the basic unit, that is R1, is common in all the hexagonal shape, then it is homosaccharides. And if it not the same basic unit, then it is heterosaccharides.